welcome back to LinkedIn Logs, the jobs and business news podcast. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the jobs and business news podcast for the website cpluscomedy.com. Like I just said, it's a website. Go there. Welcome back in. This is episode 117. I already came up with the title before I even sat down. Hold on, let me triple check because this might be a Simpsons restaurant. A restaurant. It is okay. Well, that's the reason why I came up. The Trouble with Trillions is a Simpsons episode, season 9, episode 20. It's the episode where it's discovered that Mr. Burns has $1 trillion bill, and Homer has to procure it for the government. I thought I was being so gosh darn good at that. Welcome back in. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about, let's talk about Elon Musk becoming the world's first trillionaire. As I look through the email for C Plus Comedy, as well as my personal email. All right, I'm done. Let me pull this back up. Here we go. This is from CNBC, written by Robert Frank and Haley Cuccinello. Probably it. Elon Musk becomes the world's first trillionaire as SpaceX begins trading on the NASDAQ. This happened on Friday. This was projected to happen, and I'm sure you saw all the news about it. I know I did. Elon Musk, SpaceX, excuse me, I'm getting worked up. SpaceX is opened at $150 per share on the NASDAQ, and eventually... Now, the company at that point was worth more, not now. The company was worth more than $766 billion. Now, combined with his Tesla stake, this is in the article, which is worth about $280 billion, Musk's net worth is from both companies as of Friday was roughly $1.05 trillion. Obviously, today is Tuesday, and those numbers have grown. It's warm in here, and I'm also cooking. Shares of SpaceX gained roughly 20% Friday to close, just above $160 a piece. Now, if we move on, this next piece is a very interesting video. As if you follow any news source, I saw versions of this on CNN, on New York Times, on all different types of sources. But this is the one I chose from. The Wall Street Journal. This written by shot by Ben Cohen. It's a vertical video that he chose to shoot outside of. I don't know. Why is he outside? Just like, if you're going to do vertical video, this is to every news person. If you're going to do vertical video, please, please, please don't be outside like you're some fucking influencer holding it up and just holding your phone up and talking into your phone. I don't want you to talk to me like we're on the same level. Okay. First of all, I'm not on the same level as a regular viewer. I worked in the news. Second, go into an office and record it. Have a backdrop. Have something. Do this. Do what I'm doing. Literally anything else. Don't walk down the street. Don't think about the trillions. Oh, look at me. I'm a reporter. I work for the. Be smart. Anyway, you have no idea what $1 trillion. I spoke for the entirety of that video. Let me reload it because it did go on. But it's like we don't know what $1 trillion looks like, and Ben Cohen just gave us a nice diagram what a trillion is, and a trillion would basically cover the United States in pennies, essentially, for lengthwise, with what it looks like. But I did find this article from the AP, Associated Press, written by Wyatt Grantham Phillips. Phillips is with one L, and Grantham is a name. What Elon Musk trillions means in real terms. And I really do appreciate what Wyatt is also misspelled. I don't like this person at all. But to get a real sense of what $1 trillion is, it could do something like, and I urge you to read this piece. It can help us go to the moon and back over 200 times. It's at least $122 for every person on Earth. It makes SpaceX wealthier than a lot of countries like Turkey, Indonesia, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, and Switzerland. It could buy 2.5 million homes in the U.S. It's worth 243 billion gallons of gas, so on like that. Actually, if you look at the gas prices now, it's more like 100 billion. That was a good dad joke from a guy who's not a dad. And as I mentioned previously, the SpaceX IPO is the largest ever, and that probably won't change. I can't think of any other company that could beat SpaceX in this type of IPO. I also wonder, in terms of monetary value, what this will do for the company that wants to send people to Mars. Is this going to speed up production of something of the ships that will send people to Mars? Will there be a passenger scenario? Will there be a passenger that wakes up like Chris Pratt in the movie Passengers, and he wakes up, I forgot her name. I can see her face. I'm not going to look it up. Jennifer something. Jennifer, not Coolidge. She's less annoying than her. God, now I have to look it up. Passengers, the 2016 film that I despise. Jennifer Lawrence. He's going to wake up with her. He's going to wake her up because she's pretty, and they're going to fall in love. Is there going to be an alien? What's the latest one? Alien Romulus was the latest one. No, Alien Earth was the TV show. Is there going to be an Alien Earth situation? Is there going to be an Alien Romulus situation? Oh, gosh. So in its IPO, SpaceX sold more than 555 million shares, a little more than 4% of the company's outstanding stock. The company and its bankers courted traditional institutional investors and encouraged wealthy individuals and retail investors to buy. Individual investors made up about 22.5% of the IPO, which was higher than usual, two people familiar with the offering said. Also, on the New York Times, I saw at least one or two articles concerning people who currently work at SpaceX or previously worked at SpaceX. And like many companies, if you stay at SpaceX long enough, you get paid in with your bonuses, you get paid monetarily and also with stock. And a lot of people just, even if they left the company, held on to so much stock, which makes a lot of them millionaires. Let me let's see. SpaceX millionaires. Like just off the bat, I misspelled millionaires. Just off the bat, because they own SpaceX. Yes. This is actually I will link this in the show notes. This is what an interesting piece. Like, because just reading how normal people, and yes, they worked at SpaceX, they already made six figures. But it's so fascinating to see that even if you stuck with a company, or if you believed, or if you just trusted that you would get paid. And I'm not saying that happens for everybody at every company, but this is what, you know, when I was in high school, I worked at Publix, and if you stayed long enough, obviously you were able to get stock. Well, not obviously, but you're able to get stock in the company, and that happens for a lot of companies, but every company. And I can only imagine that if Publix, the grocery store chain in the South, made, or at least the East, I don't know, it might be the South, made billions of dollars, then people would be paid out well. People who work for the company paid out well. I don't like Elon Musk. And I don't like the idea of just leaving Earth and sending humans to Mars because that's the answer. But I do think this is very interesting how very neat how these people are getting paid. Anyway, this is SpaceX's IPO could turn 4,400 employees into millionaires. It's written by Kristen Grind, and I will give you the synopsis of it. As I said, a lot of people who are in their 30s or in their 40s, or just people, again, like I said, who work. Elon Musk is 54. Christ in heaven. all that money, you still look like that. So many people. The company has 22,000 employees and hundreds more left over the years. Some are blue collar workers. Others are white collar workers. And it's amazing how if you just held on to like this one guy who was a former employee, Gavin Pettit, who's 42 years old, joined the company in 2012 as an engineer who oversaw the launches. He was awarded at the time several thousand shares on top of his $80,000 salary. Each share was worth $13.80. He's a millionaire now, if he decides to get rid of those shares, obviously. He has more than 50,000 shares. Jesus Christ. He left the company in 2023. He's got so much money now. I would immediately sell 10,000, invest, and then invest that money into something else. That's a lot. I do think that's pretty cool. I already did that one. Now, this is an older piece from the New York Times, or older article written by Kristen Grind, Jack Ewing, Aaron Kralik, and Lily Boyce. Elon Musk laid out 602 goals. We counted how many he hit. And this is very fascinating. He did 600 goals, 600 claims of goals. He's actually only achieved about 19%. He was late by some years or did not deliver on his goals by about 35% of the time. For about 33% of Musk's plans, he or his companies did not provide a public update, or they were too vague to know if he succeeded. And about 13% of Mr. Musk's goals came with delivery dates that are still in the future. This just goes to show, if you are a white male with a lot of money in your pocket, you can just really get people to go along with whatever you're going to say. Okay. What's more, SpaceX does not just have more money than Turkey and Indonesia and Switzerland and others. SpaceX is more valuable than Meta, Broadcom, and many others, writes Jason Carrerain. We saw SpaceX rise to new levels that were more than likely predicted. We knew that at its lowest, SpaceX was probably going to trade at $135. You know what? Quite frankly, I forgot. On Friday morning, I was grocery shopping, and then I got home, and I was racing to go see Disclosure Day. You can hear my thoughts on Disclosure Day on the Constitutionals podcast that comes out later this week. But it was 10:30 by the time I got home. I had a summer Friday, so don't worry about me working. But it was 10:30 by the time I got home. I knocked out putting the groceries away. Oh, and also the movie started at 11. So I put the groceries away. Then I opened the work laptop and I sent like one or two messages just like, hey, this is what's due today, blah, blah, blah. And then I closed it. And then at 11 o'clock, I left the apartment. It was actually 11:10. It was going to have however many minutes of commercials. It's a new movie, commercials, trailers. It's a new movie. It wasn't even AMC. It wasn't even Dolby Cinema. It was just regular AMC laser or whatever the heck they call it. And I got on my bike and I biked on over to the AMC. And I sat down as soon as Nicole Kidman came on the screen. You can't believe how happy I was. I was sweaty as shit, but I was so happy. I was like, oh man, I've made it just in time. It's a 10-minute bike ride. I didn't even have to speed. I was late though. But I sat down, locked that back up. I sat down. Anyway, SpaceX is valued at more. That's what I was talking about. SpaceX is valued, let's see, almost as much as Microsoft. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe I just saw breaking on Wall Street Journal that SpaceX now has a higher market cap than Amazon. And that's as of June 16th at 6:17 p.m. Well, it was 30 minutes ago. So 5:45. Isn't that that is fascinating? SpaceX has a higher market cap right now than Amazon, Broadcom, Aramco, Meta, and Tesla. Remember, Nvidia is the highest right now at roughly $5 trillion. Alphabet is next, and then Apple. SpaceX surpassed Broadcom, which is the chip maker, on Friday, and Monday took over TSMC, another semiconductor group. It briefly leapt over Microsoft today. Interesting. Let's keep going with this. Now, with their newfound wealth, SpaceX is going to take that money and reinvest in itself. Riding high after IPO, SpaceX will buy an AI startup for $60 billion, written by Ryan Mack and Gregory Schmidt on the New York Times. The company they're buying is Cursor. I have new calluses on my hands, and I've been messing with them, and I shouldn't. But I have new calluses from the very roughly knurled barbells at the gym. But that's just what happens when you live hard, baby. I can't wait till next week, where I can just ease back. Oh, God. Cursor is a startup that develops AI tools for writing computer code. Again, the deal is for $60 billion. They struck an agreement back in April that gave SpaceX the option to purchase its parent company, Anysphere, in an all-stock deal after the rocket company maker's IPO. The arrangement would, quote, allow us to build the world's most useful AI tools, SpaceX said at the time. I don't understand what they're about to do, because this is brand spanking new to me. Let's see. I wonder what I think maybe they'll use the AI models to help them figure out a way to get off of Earth and go into Mars or some shit. Why would they want... Okay. Adding Cursor to the fold could help Mr. Musk catch up on coding tools, an area in which his efforts have fallen behind those of Anthropic and OpenAI. So he basically wants his own Gemini and ChatGPT and Claude. Can I name one more AI thing? Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude. No, I can't. You know what I find fascinating? This is so interesting to me. I'm back on dating app, one app, and I'm about to get off, but I'm not messing with that. But I'm back on I'm back on one dating app just to test the waters to see if I'm ready. I'm not, and I've more than once. Like less than 5 times, but definitely more than once, I've seen profiles of young women who are like, I talk to ChatGPT every single day. When I need to go to advice, I talk to ChatGPT, and it's so fascinating how people just lend their entire lives to these AI tools just immediately. Because for all intents and purposes, these things did not. I'm going to regret saying this as soon as I do say this, but these things did not, quote unquote, come to life up until like 2 years ago. They weren't in the mainstream like this. And now they're everywhere. Oh, don't close that. Hold on. Which is, okay, I have to keep that one open. Okay, and finally, this whole entire ordeal sounds like it's just good for the employees. It sounds like it's just good for Elon, and it sounds like it's just good for the company SpaceX itself. But remember, SpaceX is a company that is based in Texas, and they launch in Florida or whatever. But all of the places around, just like in Disney, just like Disney World, all of the small towns around SpaceX should hope for some sort of boon. The people will uproot their lives if they want to work at SpaceX. They'll uproot their lives and move to towns close enough to the company because you can't work from home, and then they'll go in and work. Like this one. This comes from the New York Times. One Texas town hopes for crumbs from the SpaceX feast. It's written by David Siegel. Many of the tech bros who swing by found fine art in Bastrop, Texas, are smitten with Schoolgirl Witchblade, a bronze statuette of a manga-style character with Jesus. Sorry, I hit the mouse, and I have hot corners set up on the Mac, and it went to the bottom hot corner and opened up all my windows. Anyway, Grok is his AI chatbot. Okay. But I started reading this article, and I just have no interest. So now, SpaceX raised $75 billion for its thing. The company employs for its IPO. Now, Elon Musk is a trillionaire. The company is valued more than Amazon. The company employs 1,600 people near Bastrop, which means that a sizable chunk of the town's 14,000 residents just got rich, or at least a little bit richer. On Thursday, the gallery's owner, the gallery, what was it? Fine Art Gallery. Oh, I'm looking at the thing. Yeah, I mean, she's sexy. Here's a video if you want to watch it. Yeah, she's attractive. Look at her. Those thick legs. Anyway. But now, hopefully, this means that these people who have a little bit more money will come into the towns, the small towns like Bastrop and Travis counties, and they'll all just spend money. Companies like SpaceX, Starlink, The Boring Company. There's a Plus X, and oh god, yeah, his residential community. So all Elon Musk owned things form a compound on about 600 acres, 10 miles northwest of downtown Bastrop, known to locals as Elon Land. Ugh. They're going to have to spend this money somewhere. You can't just buy everything online. I buy the pet food at a local store. I was thinking about this morning. I still have to use Amazon for some things. I had to go to Target this morning because some things were not on Amazon. You shop at Trader Joe's, but then other things can be local. You can go to a local. I live near a lot of local clothing boutiques that they're very expensive. And real enough, they're mostly for women. There's a lot of local eateries, bars, and wine shops. Is it a wine shop? Would you call it a wine? I call it a wine bar, but you can also buy bottles of wine there. There's a lot of startups here themselves, and if I'm buying pet food at my local pet food store, as opposed to going to the Publix, aforementioned Publix, or a Target, or a PetSmart, or a Petco, then I'm shopping local, thinking global. I'm sorry. But then again, you could also go into a coffee shop and buy someone's art, or go to a farmer's market and buy someone's food. That's what I do. I see a homeless person. I go, would you like this? I'm sorry. Would you like this loaf of bread or $20? But it's important that these towns get the support. And unfortunately, the only options they have are Bastrop, including, are what's surrounding them, and that's Elon Musk land. Elon land is what they call it, excuse me. But you can't just like, oh, they have and the boring on the compound, they have a boring bodega, like the boring tunnel creator, whatever the fuck. It's a convenience store and a gathering spot and a bar across from the SpaceX building. Here's the if you're watching the video, I'm putting up a picture. It just looks like a food hall. But they need the support. What sets Bastrop apart from is its demographics mix. As several women here approvingly noted, there are now a lot more single men in their 30s at area bars and restaurants. Less happily, there's traffic. Trips that once took 20 minutes now take 40 minutes if you dare hit the road near rush hour. Do women want to date some nerdy, probably incel type guy? You should be at home working on for the children and not working at a job. You're my trad wife. Well, based on the data, yeah, that's what women want. Look at this guy. That guy, I'm not going to show his picture. I'm not. That's very mean. But this guy that they are featuring here. Oh, he works in Bastrop. No, see, that's the thing. I've seen, when I was searching for news stories for this topic, I saw differing opinions on true, like, just like straight up whether Elon Musk being a trillionaire is a good idea or a bad idea. It's like, it's not an idea. It's good or it's bad. New York Daily News or the New York Post, Fox News, they were like, it's good. Los Angeles Times, so by that right wing guy, they said it was good. And then everybody else was like, this is not good. This is bad. I don't know if there's a gray area because with his money, Elon Musk has not done anything to benefit like people that don't have money. Look at Mackenzie Bezos. Look at Melinda Gates. Look at people like that. Who is it? Madoff? Bernie Madoff? People who have signed that letter promising to give away all of their wealth. And then I know he's on Epstein's list. Speaking of Epstein, New York Times put out a piece that basically essentially proved that Epstein killed himself. And I was reading through it, and the entire time I'm going, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think he didn't. But the entire time, like all the proof they put up, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, Bill Gates, to his efforts, has at least done something. When you look at somebody like Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, those are guys who are living out the lives that they wish they had 20, 30, 40 years ago. They wish they were cool and strong and popular. And now they have the money to do the things that they weren't able to do. But they're never going to be happy. And that's the thing. Elon Musk, is probably going to die of a ketamine overdose. And God, I will clap. I will clap. So the day Trump dies, the day he dies. Bezos will probably inject too many steroids into his body and just explode. And then old Zuck will probably, be weighed down by a chain that he thinks is cool. But he doesn't have the body type to hold up a chain. Like he's a early 2000s rapper. Why do you dress like that, dude? I do think that is one thing that Zuckerberg has done. That all out of everything that these guys have done, there's one thing I think is really cool. It's that he got Porsche to custom make a van for his wife. I was like, that's pretty neat. Other than that, they're all bitches. I don't like it. I don't like a trillionaire. Again, I've said it before. I don't need a lot of money. I would like some money. But I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a Peloton instructor. Yeah, that's it. I'm always taking shots at Peloton. Remember, I'm a subscriber. I still do it. I did 2 great classes this morning. One with Christian Van Veld and another with a country happy hour with Hannah Corbin and Matt Wilpers. I did 2 great classes this morning. I did 1 great class yesterday. I did 3 classes yesterday. I did 1 great class. But I'm not going to be posting from Madrid talking about mental health. But it just seems to me that these trillionaires, these billionaires, and even these millionaires, and even these people making 6 figures, and even these people making 5 figures, aren't really happy. They're just doing things that seem impressive. So what's the point in the end? To die and say, I traveled out. I've been to every continent. Every girl on a dating app. I'm going to every continent. I have 4 left to go. But that doesn't make you interesting. That doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you a good person. Running a marathon doesn't make you a good person. Owning a rocket company doesn't make you a good person. Just do good things. That's it. You don't have to or not to worship somebody, or to or not to have children, or do high rocks. Doesn't make you a good person. Just do the right thing, and you know what the right thing is. It all starts here, locally, by stopping at goddamn stop signs. That's it. All right. I'm done. Just in time. Listen, if you like what you heard, head to the website, staplerscomedy.com, where you can see me talk to famous people. I've got a new interview coming out tomorrow, and you can find that on the Constitutional's RSS feed, wherever you get your podcast. You can also check out Late Night Lately, the Late Night Show. Subscribe to the shows wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to see a video version of this show, of the other podcasts, as well as the interviews, head to youtube.com/CPlusComedy, where you can see all that stuff. Follow us on social media at CPlusComedy on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Me at Chad Blackwhite. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.